Okay, so let's pick up where we left off. On the last video, I derived the quadratic formula and it looked like this. So let me write that out. 4ac plus b squared all over 2a. So it's going to look a little bit different, but very similar to what you see in the textbook. So in the textbook, all they're doing is they're changing this part because it's addition, and addition is commutative. So I could rewrite it as negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. These two are equivalent to each other. So either way, it works. So I do want to show you how it is used, and then from there we'll find out some of the importance of the discriminant and what that is to start off with. Okay, so for example, let's say we have x squared plus 5x equals negative 2. So recall that when we started, it was in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So the first thing that you have to do is put it in standard form. So I'm going to put it in standard form by adding 2 to both sides. So plus 2 equals 0, right? Because if I add 2 to both sides, this is what my result is. So if I want to use a quadratic formula, I have to pick out my a, my b, and my c. So my a is going to be 1, right? Because if there isn't anything there, you can say it's 1 times that. My b is 5, and my c is 2. Because it's a coefficient of x squared, coefficient of x, and then the constant term. And then I just plug things in. So if I want to solve for x, x equals negative b, so negative 5 plus or minus square root of b squared, which is 5 squared, which is 25, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 2. So I'm literally going through and plugging in the values for all the variables, times 2a, which is 1. And then we just evaluate from there using order of operations. So negative 5 plus or minus square root of 25, and then 4 times 2 is 8, divided by 2. So moving along, I have negative 5 plus or minus square root of, and then so we could do this out, right? So we can do 25 minus 8, and we get square root of 17, and then divided by 2. So I didn't need to write that long, but 17 is not a square number, so you could leave it like this. So the two solutions are going to be negative 5 plus square root of 17 divided by 2, and the other one's going to be negative 5 minus square root of 17 divided by 2. But you can just leave it as plus or minus instead of doing the two separate ones. And then we're done. So this is our solution set. Okay, so it's a very useful thing once you know where it comes from and how to derive it. You can use a quadratic formula to solve any of the quadratic equations.